Hello there! Are you ready to take your English from a solid B2 to that next level of fluency and confidence? It's an exciting journey, and I'm thrilled you're here to explore it with me. Imagine this, you're in a conversation, and instead of searching for the right words, they flow effortlessly. You're reading an article, and complex ideas click into place. You're watching a film, and you catch every nuance. That's the power of mastering English at a C1 level and beyond. And it's absolutely within your reach. You've already built a fantastic foundation at B2. You can understand the main ideas of complex text, interact with a degree of fluency and spontaneity, and produce clear, detailed text on a wide range of subjects. That's a huge accomplishment. Now, we're going to refine those skills. Expand your vocabulary, deepen your understanding of grammar, and unlock a more sophisticated way of expressing yourself. This isn't about memorizing endless lists of words or drilling grammar rules until they lose all meaning. It's about engaging with the language in a way that feels natural, enjoyable, and ultimately incredibly rewarding. We'll be focusing on practical application, on understanding the subtle differences between similar words, on mastering idiomatic expressions that native speakers use every day, and on developing the confidence to tackle more challenging linguistic situations. Don't think about the doors that will open. Professionally, you'll be able to communicate more effectively in international settings, present your ideas with greater impact, and access a wider range of career opportunities. Academically, you'll be able to engage with advanced research, participate in seminars with ease, and express your critical thinking more precisely. Personally, you'll unlock a richer cultural experience, connect with more people on a deeper level, and enjoy literature, film, and music in their original, unadulterated forms. So, how do we get there? It's a multifaceted approach, and consistency is key. We'll be diving into several core areas, and I'll guide you through each one with practical tips and actionable strategies. First, let's talk about vocabulary expansion. At B2, you have a good range, but to reach C1, we need to move beyond common words and embrace more precise and nuanced vocabulary. This means learning synonyms and antonyms, understanding collocations, words that naturally go together, and exploring phrasal verbs and idioms. We'll focus on learning vocabulary in context, through reading authentic materials like novels, reputable news articles, and essays. Instead of just memorizing a word, we'll explore its different shades of meaning, its typical usage, and how it can elevate your writing and speaking. We'll also look at word formation, understanding prefixes and suffixes to unlock the meaning of new words. For example, understanding "un" as a negative prefix helps you decipher unpredictable, unconventional, and unwavering without needing to look up each one individually. We'll also explore how to use more sophisticated adjectives and adverbs to add detail and color to your descriptions. Think about the difference between saying he was happy and he was ecstatic, or she spoke well versus she articulated her points eloquently. These are the subtle shifts that mark a higher level of proficiency. We'll also dedicate time to learning common idiomatic expressions and their appropriate usage. Knowing what to bite the bullet or to hit the nail on the head means is one thing, but knowing when and how to use them naturally in conversation is what truly elevates your fluency. We'll also explore less common but highly effective vocabulary that can make your communication more impactful. This might include learning more formal vocabulary for academic or professional writing, or more descriptive language for creative expression. The goal is not to overwhelm you, but to strategically introduce you to words that will make a noticeable difference in your ability to express yourself with precision and flair. Next, we'll delve into grammar mastery. You've got the core grammar down, but at this level, we're focusing on the finer points, the exceptions, and the more complex structures that native speakers use. This includes a deeper understanding of conditional sentences beyond the basic first and second conditionals, advanced use of the passive voice, reported speech with more complex tenses, and the nuances of modal verbs. We'll also pay close attention to sentence structure, learning how to combine clauses effectively to create more sophisticated and varied sentences. This means mastering relative clauses, participial phrases, and inversions. For instance, instead of saying, "I saw a man who was wearing a blue hat," You could say, I saw a man wearing a blue hat, or to add emphasis, you might use inversion. Never had I seen such a beautiful sunset. We'll also explore the subtle differences in meaning conveyed by different verb tenses, especially in complex narratives or when discussing hypothetical situations. Understanding the perfect tenses in their various forms and how they interact with other tenses is crucial for expressing precise temporal relationships. We'll also tackle common errors that advanced learners often make, helping you to avoid them and sound more natural. This might involve looking at prepositions, articles, and the correct use of determiners. The aim is to move from simply knowing the rules to intuitively applying them in a way that sounds natural and sophisticated. We'll also explore how grammar can be used for stylistic effect, allowing you to convey specific tones and emphasis in your writing and speaking. Listening comprehension is another vital area. We'll move beyond understanding the main points and focus on grasping detailed information, inferring meaning, understanding implied attitudes, and following complex arguments. This means engaging with a wider range of authentic audio materials, podcasts on specialized topics, lectures, documentaries, and even natural conversations with native speakers. We'll practice active listening techniques, learning to identify key vocabulary, recognize different accents, and understand the speaker's tone and intention. We'll also work on understanding implied meanings and cultural references that might not be explicitly stated. This could involve listening to interviews where speakers hint at their opinions or feelings without stating them directly. We'll also focus on understanding fast-paced speech and colloquialisms, which are often a challenge for learners. By regularly exposing yourself to diverse listening materials, you'll train your ear to pick up on the subtle nuances of spoken English. We'll also explore strategies for dealing with unfamiliar vocabulary or accents, such as using context clues or focusing on the overall message. The goal is to build your confidence in understanding virtually any spoken English you encounter. Reading comprehension will also be elevated. We'll move beyond understanding general meaning to analyzing texts, identifying the author's purpose and tone, understanding implied meanings, and evaluating arguments. This means engaging with more challenging texts, academic articles, literary fiction, opinion pieces, and in-depth reports. We'll practice critical reading skills, learning to question assumptions, identify bias, and synthesize information from multiple sources. We'll also focus on understanding complex sentence structures and advanced vocabulary within its context. We'll explore different reading strategies, such as skimming for gists, scanning for specific information, and close reading for detailed analysis. We'll also work on understanding figurative language, metaphors, and similes, which are common in more sophisticated writing. The goal is to become a more discerning and analytical reader, able to engage with complex ideas and form your own informed opinions. We'll also look at how to effectively summarize and paraphrase complex texts. A crucial skill for academic and professional settings, speaking fluency and accuracy will be a major focus. This is where you'll put all your learning into practice. We'll work on speaking more spontaneously, using a wider range of vocabulary and grammatical structures, and improving pronunciation and intonation. This involves regular practice, engaging in discussions, debates, and presentations. We'll focus on developing strategies for overcoming hesitation, such as using discourse markers, words, and phrases that help connect ideas and guide the listener. Like, however, furthermore, on the other hand, and paraphrasing when you can't find the exact word. We'll also work on refining your pronunciation, focusing on stress, rhythm, and intonation to sound more natural and be better understood. This isn't about achieving a perfect native accent, but about clear and effective communication. We'll also practice giving more detailed and persuasive explanations and engaging in more complex social interactions. The aim is to build your confidence to express yourself clearly, accurately, and with a natural flow in a variety of situations. We'll also explore techniques for structuring your spoken responses, making them more coherent and impactful. Writing skills will be honed to produce clear, well-organized, and sophisticated written work. We'll focus on developing a more formal and academic writing style, mastering essay structures, and using a wider range of vocabulary and grammatical structures. This includes practicing different types of writing, such as argumentative essays, reports, and reviews. We'll pay close attention to coherence and cohesion, ensuring your ideas flow logically and are well connected. We'll also work on developing your critical thinking skills and expressing them effectively in writing. Remember, the goal is not just to pass a test, but to truly master the English language, to feel confident and capable in any situation. It's about unlocking new possibilities and enriching your life. In countless ways, I'm so excited to embark on this advanced English learning adventure with you. Together, we'll build on your B2 foundation and propel you towards a level of fluency and mastery that will open up a world of opportunities. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I truly appreciate you taking the time to explore how we can elevate your English skills. If you found this helpful, please consider following along for more tips and strategies to help you on your language learning path. Let's achieve your English goals together. We'll also explore effective learning strategies. This includes understanding your own learning style and tailoring your approach accordingly. Some people learn best by listening, others by reading, and still others by actively speaking and writing. We'll discuss techniques for active recall, spaced repetition, and how to create your own learning resources. We'll also look at how to leverage technology, from language learning apps to online dictionaries and grammar checkers, to support your progress. The aim is to equip you with the tools and knowledge to become an independent and effective learner. Throughout this journey, remember that practice and consistency are your greatest allies. It's not about cramming for a few days. It's about integrating English learning into your daily life. This could mean setting aside dedicated time each day for reading, listening, or speaking practice. It could also involve finding opportunities to use English in real-world situations. Whether it's joining an online conversation group, watching English language content without subtitles, or even thinking in English, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every error is a learning opportunity. The key is to identify those errors, understand why they happened, and learn from them. Embrace the process, celebrate your progress, and be patient with yourself. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint, and every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. This means learning to construct strong arguments, support them with evidence, and acknowledge counter. We'll also focus on refining your sentence structure and word choice to make your writing more precise and impactful. The goal is to be able to produce written work that is not only grammatically correct, but also insightful, persuasive, and stylistically appropriate for its purpose. We'll also explore techniques for effective proofreading and editing to ensure your final work is polished and professional.